Hi, I'm Pastor Dave at the PortaParsonage. You've probably heard of Berkey water filters. They're an excellent way of taking water from almost any source and filtering out the impurities to make your water very drinkable and safe. The problem is, a Berkey water filter is very, very expensive. As you know, we have a few acres of property down in Pennsylvania, western Pennsylvania, and on the property we have a spring house. Now, this spring house hasn't been in operation for some time. However, there are several freshwater springs not far from the property. And we have already utilized some of that water, but we've decided that maybe we ought to play it safe. I want to give a shout out to Little House Off Grid and also to Living on a Dime, a couple of YouTube channels where they have built their own Berkey water filter using some 5-gallon pails and some filters and so on. And so that's my project today. I'm going to create our own water filter for our camp there in Pennsylvania. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I want to invite you to subscribe, and you'll discover more DIY videos, more camping and hiking adventures, and even a biking adventure or two, as well as opportunities to connect with God and with us in prayer. Anyway, I think I've got everything that I need for today for doing this. Here's what you're going to need. You got to have a couple of 5-gallon pails, food grade buckets, and I picked these up at Lowe's. You'll need, of course, a drill and some drill bits that are appropriate to the size of the holes that you're going to need to make, and a couple of filters. These are charcoal activated filters for the water. Filter out a whole variety of things. You're going to need a spigot too for the bottom container. It's going to connect right in there so that you have a way to dispense your water. And of course, a couple of lids to go with the buckets. So we're going to get right at it. I'm going to begin with putting in the water spigot at the bottom. So let's see if we can set up here for that work. There we go with that. And I'm going to turn my bucket upside down, and we're going to put a hole in it right here. Really simple, just find where you want it and drill that hole. That's that. So we'll take our spigot and slide that right in there. It's going to be a good fit. Good fit. Now, I don't know exactly where to tell you to buy the water spigot. I imagine there's going to be a place. You could probably find one of these at your local beer or wine making supply store, and that would do the job. So the first part is done. Of course, I'm going to need to clean and sanitize these as well because they are brand new, but that gives us a start. So let's go on to the next step. The next step is to take the other bucket, and you're going to want to drill 2 holes. One for each of your filters. But we'll drill from the bottom and the filters will go inside and screw on. So you might wonder what drill bits are appropriate to use. You're going to have to just measure your drill bits against the sizes of the pieces that you're putting on. So I'm going to make 2 holes right here. You'll have to make sure that you have a fairly even spacing so that you've got room for both of your filters to go in. All right, now I'm going to match these holes up with one of the lids. Right here I've got the holes, you can see the holes there. And I'm going to drill right through those into this lid. And then that will set this bucket up. So that one bucket can sit right on top of the next. All right, so let's see if we can do this. And of course I've got just barely enough room in here. All right, so I'll put starter holes in. All right. So let's come up here where we can see. I got my starter holes, so that we're gonna just go ahead and drill these through. And I may have to actually make those bigger. I'm not sure yet how this is going to set up. All right, so the next step is going to be to put the filters in. So we'll take one filter at a time and unwrap them. We're going to need to condition these down the road once we get to the property. So I'm just getting things ready for the winter. So, all right, we've got these through, put the seal on, and put this on. We'll tighten that up as we go down the road, but this will just get it in there in the meantime. So there's one. When I'm done putting this on, I'll show you the inside, and then we'll see how this fits on the bucket lid and see what else we have to do with that. There we go, we got the seal on there. Tighten that down. And I'm just hand tightening. I think that's all you need to do, is just hand tighten. And there you have it. There's the filter system. Turn this back over. Put the lid on, and we'll check this out. All right, so let me show you this. I think I'm going to have to make those holes a little bit bigger, but there we have our holes in the bucket lid. So let's re-drill this and see if we can make that fit better. We're going to need this larger one, I think, so that the little wing nuts will fit through the lid. And even at this is probably not quite going to be large enough holes. That's rough. Really rough. And I'm probably going to need to take a knife and clean that out and make them a little larger. Okay, So this should fit right on there. And actually it looks like it's going to be pretty good. And now it fits right down on there nice and snug. So let's put it together. We'll see what we've got with the completed project. Okay. So we have our base bucket with the spigot on it, ready to dispense the water. We'll put this right on top of there so that you can see. There it is. It's just simple as that. I'm not even sealing it up, I'm just setting it on there. Makes it easy to get at it and access it. And then this just slides right down on top. And there we have it, nice snug fit. And then of course, for protecting the water that you put in so that it doesn't get any dirtier. Then you got the lid on top of there. And so you have 5-gallon bucket of fresh, clean, drinkable water. Now, as I understand, these filters, and you can find them on Amazon, this is not a sponsored video. Everything that I got here I purchased myself. But the filters I bought on Amazon, and they are capable of doing 6,000 gallons of water before they need to be replaced. And so at 5 gallons, that's 300 pails full of water before you need to replace the filters. So that's it, quick, down and easy little project. Our own water purification system for the camp. Not only that, but this is small enough, this will all fit right inside one another. And that's how I'm going to store it for now, just like that. And now we've got this, we can take it with us anywhere we go. So if we're boondocking and we run out of water for some reason, we got a water source nearby, even if it's an old stream. We can fill up the bucket and create our own drinking water. Pretty cool. See you next time right here at the PortaParsonage.